because we want to be practical and I want to give you time to ask questions, but of course, I'm still within my hour. Let us just take a look at skills and see what we've done since 1980 in some with reference to critical skills that have been common or popular. Okay, this gives you the critical skills critical for the economy between 1980 or that we have trained since 1980. Include this. You see, the good thing about our artisans is that they because they are skilled, they can tell you what they can do. So you have motor mechanics, diesel plant fitting, boiler making, carpentry. You know, these are skills, isn't it? They do things that are meaningful. Fitting and turning, plumber, bricklayer. These guys, the artisans, unlike the university graduates, they tell you what they can do. And because the emphasis is skill, this is why we call them skilled worker. They are not, can you, can't you? They don't give you the scenario of not telling the difference between a sentence and a paragraph. Is this correct? Or someone who doesn't know the difference between an adjective and a verb, but says, I'm a journalist. This is important because we want to engage in an exercise of what skills, some of these or new skills that have come up are necessary for the STEM initiative, or more particularly for industrialization. But this gives you an idea, and you can relate this to the hierarchy of skills. Slide I just showed you. But we also have, above artisans, we have these skills. We have technicians, who produce technicians. And let's see, a critical number. This is a contribution of our polytechnics. And they've been quite significant. There are 55,110 that were produced or trained since 1980. But here, these are selected examples for, which we think they are instructive. Again, quite specific. And we have a specific number of the trades that engage these skills. And by the way, we are just giving the number of those who trained. Many of these have left the country for reasons that we know. That's why we're saying the role of STEM in reviving the economy, isn't it? To revive, to get our economy working again. But compare that with a higher skill. So we have the artisans, we have that category of skilled worker, then the technicians. The technicians, the artisans, they basically are skilled in maintaining, repairing, and servicing industries across the economy. But pay attention to maintenance, repair, and service. Above the technicians, we have a category that we now want to really focus on and develop. And this is of technologists. So you have artisans, technicians, then technologists. In an industrializing economy, the technologies become the necessary common thread. Since 1980, we have trained only 1,889. A paltry few, isn't it? And we have Harare Polytechnic. It is a BTech program in chemical technology. Masvingo Polytechnic, food science and technology. Kwekwe Polytechnic, electrical engineering. Bulawayo Polytechnic, water resources engineering. And Kwekwe Polytechnic, industrial and manufacturing engineering. Motare Polytechnic, wood technology. And Harare Institute of Technology, which in fact now is a leading university in software engineering, among other fields. But these are the institutions that have been producing the BTech program. This is the degree of the future. The STEM response is that we should now have more BTechs. We would like to see our higher and tertiary education institutions producing technologists and accounting for the T in STEM. If our higher and tertiary education institutions fail to produce technologists, then the industrialization and modernization challenge will not be met. Because these don't just maintain, repair, and service. They innovate, create, and make. Innovation, making, and creation is what is lacking in our higher and tertiary education. They still suffer from the ivory tower syndrome. That, no, we're not industry. This is a university, we are not here to joke, and talk about making things. Those are made in industry. Here, we think. As lecturers, we are paid to think and debate about the sun, not solar energy. And to understand the challenge that the universities face, so that we conclude this discussion, let's look at what the UZ has done in broad terms. The University of Zimbabwe likes boasting that it is the mother university, one of a kind. It is responsible for mothering all sorts of universities, including this one. MSU was mothered by UZ. So, rather than bother looking at the children, it's better to look at their mother, isn't it? Let's see. Well, since 1980, UZ has produced 63,269 bachelor degrees, 9,663 master's degrees, and 422 doctorates, PhDs, DPhils. Our country now needs technologists and engineers in whatever field, across the full spectrum. This 73,000, of course, you should see it against the backdrop of the earlier figure of 509,000 graduates of universities. Our view is that Zimbabwe has not had an opportunity to ask the right questions about the purpose of higher education. And that higher education or higher and tertiary education itself has not presented to society a justification for its existence. Some students who have been engaging with on social media say that a university is a place where stones and windows interact. So, universities have been known as either ivory towers, where irrelevant questions are asked and researched, and that is restricted to the community of academics. It's more, it has been, the universities have put premium, more emphasis on refereed journals, and sometimes we know what that has become, but not on what society thinks about the universities and their contribution to society. So they've been seen as ivory towers, or worse, in the case of Zimbabwe in recent history, they've been seen as hotbeds of trouble, of disturbances, unrest. The result has been policy neglect of the universities. No one pays attention to something which is a bother. Nobody. And yet, universities in particular, but polytechnics and teachers' colleges, you know, our teachers' colleges are the best in this world. The reason why you see that fantastic achievement in terms of our basic education is because we have the best teachers' colleges in this part of the world. And what they do is followed closely even overseas. Our teachers' colleges, they are the unsung heroes in higher and tertiary education. But our polytechnics, once upon a time, they were very good. Kwekwe, Harare, and Bulawayo. But they saw universities getting into commerce and so forth. They started following them, doing commerce. Instead of Bulawayo Polytechnic looking at the water problem in Bulawayo and coming up with a solution because it is a water engineering program, they just felt comfortable in commerce, hospitality industry, and things like that. But the fact of the matter is, because of our sound basic education, and of the fact that our population has grown and the institutions of higher and tertiary education have grown, the time has come for these 46 institutions in our country that make up higher and tertiary education to stand up and be counted in light of the new vision. I think, and this is open to disputation, but I think because in 1980 we said we are addressing the grievances of the liberation struggle to redress the colonial historical imbalances and establish a socialist country. We said a one-party state socialist country. I think the guys at the university said, "Karamtida society agata moita mega." Oh, they did not understand what that meant. But 37 years later, we can tell you what it meant so that we can move on. It meant, for example, reclaiming our land. And now, we have been quite successful in reclaiming the land. Zimbabwe's land reform program, taking back the land, notwithstanding some questions that some people might be asking about productivity and so forth, they require answers from you, those questions about productivity, But the fact that the land is in the hands of the people of Zimbabwe is settled, and it's a huge achievement because others who got independence before us have not achieved it. They still don't own the land, the soil they walk on. We do. This is very significant. We've done it within 37 years. 37 years in the history of a person is a long time. In the history of a country, no. And you've got to recognize that this is a huge. It makes it possible for us now to talk about a different vision. You should also acknowledge that 37 years later, we are the only country that is very clear that the natural resources bestowed upon us by God belong to the people of this country, the indigenous people. And we don't make any apology about this. It's very important. If you look at anywhere else where there has been development subsequently, these issues have been settled of land and resources. It's not possible to make the next giant leap if you have not settled the question of ownership of your resources, natural resources, those on your soil and those under your soil. And if you have not resolved the land question, it's not possible. These two things we have achieved 37 years after independence. Also, and quite significantly, 37 years later, we have a new constitution, not the Lancaster Constitution, but a new constitution which is a product of dialogue among Zimbabweans. And that constitution is very important because it makes clear that we are all equal. It entrenches equality and makes a clear statement against discrimination. The equality clause is the non-discrimination clause. But it is quite a dynamic constitution. Its founding values and principles that are in section 3 of that constitution address all the sort of issues we were quarreling about for the better part of the 37 years of our history. Armed with a new constitution that is a dynamic, progressive Bill of Rights that recognizes the ownership of our land, the fact that we have reclaimed our land, which was the most critical grievance of our liberation struggle, and which affirms the fact that the God-given natural resources belong to our people. We have the next challenge: what to do with this, and what to do with this in order to industrialize and modernize. And the only sector which has a clear and direct responsibility for now playing a leading role going forward to make this possible, and this being industrialization and modernization, is your sector, our sector, higher and tertiary education, science and technology development. And the president has recognized that. He did not recognize that today or yesterday. He recognized that in 2013, by bringing together two ministries that thought they had nothing to do with each other, namely the Ministry of Higher and Tertiary Education as it was, and the Ministry of Science and Technology Development, again as it was, to become one ministry of higher and tertiary education, science and technology development. And that ministry, the logic in creating that ministry by the president was to say higher and tertiary education must be based on and driven by science and technology development in an organic organic way. Enter STEM. STEM is an expression of the coming together of the Ministry of Higher and Tertiary Education and Science and Technology Development. And we have a chance through our 46 institutions, and MSU is one of those institutions, to make that happen. And we will not be able to make that happen unless we realize that whether you are doing arts, whether you are doing humanities, whether you are doing commerce, if you want that to be relevant to industrialization and modernization, you must have a STEMatized content. And again, for the avoidance of doubt, if you are a political scientist and you are not STEMatized, you will not be relevant in industrialization and modernization. And this is a fantastic opportunity. It means we can actually have universities and polytechnics incubating industries of tomorrow. Instead of complaining about industries that are collapsing, we can now innovate, create, and make the industries. Instead of doing attachments out there where there are no organizations. I hear people do attachments under trees, just to spend the day there, just having some fun. And no lecturer not coming to see what's happening, no supervisor, because there's no company there, but you are on attachment nevertheless. Instead of that, we can actually have the attachments taking place at our institutions. We can have our institutions prioritizing areas that will serve as examples of incubating the necessary industries of tomorrow. And we have the opportunity. And we are ready to support that. And I have to say, in conclusion, in order to show that this is very serious, we are changing the law. We are coming up with a new act that will replace the current MSU Act, UZ, you name it, and put everyone under one roof, under one legal roof, legislative roof. And in that law, we are going to make it clear that universities and polytechnics or higher and tertiary education institutions are not ivory towers. That they must not be self-indulgent and as islands of some sort, but must respond to society. A university's success is measured by the extent to which it produces solutions to problems that the community within which it is located and the larger community faces. We have all sorts of problems. We get so much rain, but we can't harness the water. We can't keep it. And we say, where are the engineers who should produce these solutions? Many of the problems that our country faces are commonly blamed on politicians. If we were a normal society, we will understand that, yes, the politicians have a role to play to create an enabling environment. But the politicians are incapable of producing the solutions. They can't. They are not there to do that. They are there to represent the communities that select them. Our institutions of higher and tertiary education, science and technology development are the ones which are there to produce the solutions. And this is the normal, the standard elsewhere, where countries like Singapore, South Korea, Iran, Cuba, and the big ones, US, UK, Germany, this is what they've done. The universities and polytechnics have played a leading role in incubating the industries across the economy. You do that, the difference will be like day and night. It will be like nothing we have ever seen. So we have the STEM program or initiative which we see as running from 2016 to 2026 to respond to that. We have already started this 2016 STEM A-level initiative, which was to create a reasonable pool of A-level students that have STEM foundations. And we have over 10,000 students who are in that program. We are going to continue supporting them up to 2026, but we would like the universities and the polytechnics to rethink their mission, their purpose, their mandate. And we are engaging in dialogue with them and taking their views, and those views will input the process of coming up with a new legislative framework. And that legislative framework will come against the backdrop of what we are calling STEM 263. STEM 263. This is the